Okay, welcome back to Croatia Wave TV. We're here with Anushka, who've just come off stage at Papaya Croatia Rocks. How are you guys doing? You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, having a wicked time.
Good. Yourself?
Warm but good.
So warm tonight, isn't it? Cool. So we were just speaking about, have you been to Croatia before? You said you've been to Outlook last year. How are you finding it this year round? You enjoying yourselves?
It's like, I love this part of the world. It's so beautiful.
It is, yeah.
And like, yeah, I just don't really want to go. We're leaving tomorrow morning. Like our transfers at like 5 o'clock or something ridiculous. So
I think the Ibiza Rocks crew are just such a family that I was saying last night. It's almost like turning up to family Christmas doing a gig with them. It's like they're like all these guys you haven't seen for ages. It's like I ended up swimming in the sea at about 7 in the morning last night after Dawley's DJ set, just thinking, you don't always get this everywhere. It's amazing.
It's a beautiful place. So in terms of other countries you've played at or in, what's your favourite, would you say, so far?
It's a tricky. You know, it depends. It depends what you're kind of looking for, because I think some places are just amazing on an experience level.
Yeah, completely.
Like going to Vietnam was mind blowing. That actually blew my mind, just because I'd never been to Vietnam, and culturally it was so different that I find it fascinating. But then, you know, on a party level, it's pretty hard to beat this. It's like turn up and it's like look at that sea, and then just being taken such good care of, and amazing sound systems. And I think like I was looking through our tour photos actually the other day, and each one has got a special place in my heart.
So you just mentioned your tour, obviously. How was that for you guys? Was it, you know, like what was a highlight for you? Can you think of one moment that you thought, wow, like this is incredible?
You know what? I've got one. We did a gig in Siberia, and the bar staff started crowd surfing down the bar. So the bar staff were like passing the other bar staff down the bar.
like, you were playing like Bodica or something.
That Bodica VIP, and it just went off. And so I've never seen bar staff doing like crowd surfing like that. Was, and just to go somewhere like that. But you know what? There's so many moments where like going back to Outlook, I think, because the idea production-wise for a lot of the stuff on the record came from going to Outlook in 2011 and just being like, this is my stuff, this is what I want to do. And we just met. And so then going back there to play was amazing, because it was like started, and you know, that circularity of it. But so many good.
It's hard to pick one, isn't it? So when you met, how did you meet? How did it all come about? What was it that made you say to each other, you know, let's start making music? And, you know.
Do you know what it was? I was looking for some studio space to record. I was like making an album with well, not even an album. I was doing a couple of tracks with a friend of mine, and Max came up to one of our shows, and we kind of met, and it was weird. I think I bought you some cake the first time we met. I mean,
what cake was
cereal
it?
Baker. It was a Victoria sponge, but it was a good Victoria sponge. And it was weird. It was like, I'd worked with other producers. I'd done a couple of like sessions and that kind of thing. But when me and Max met, it was like someone who was on it in the way that I was on it, if that makes sense. In a weird way, like
Same level.
we were just like, right, we want to make some tunes. Like we want to be in the studio the whole time. Like we're really committed, and it's so many people want to be musicians and want to do music, but don't want to like commit to the intensity of what it takes to actually like make an album.
Some people just want to like stand on the stage and enjoy it,
and drink all the rum and.
And I think part of it as well was that like we were both quite mutually respectful. That like I wasn't just trying to get a top line on a track and just be like, here's a vocal track, everybody love me, I'm a DJ. I think at the time I was kind of, my mindset was like I was listening to loads of 70s music, and I wanted to make like an album. I had this big obsession, was like, let's make an album. That's like
sitting in the studio listening to like Janis Joplin and Betty Davies, and just being like, yeah, like we want to like make like, not that we have yet, but like we want to make this like, you know, classic album. And you know, I think that's.
So that's kind of like a future plan that you'd like to commit to, do you reckon?
I think there's something about, because we always talk about, there's this idea that if you're doing dance music with a vocal, that the song's not going to be that great, it's just quite disposable, you know. And I never really saw the reason why. I just kind of thought, well, why can't you have a really brilliant song that just happens to work on a sound system? I never quite accepted in my head there was a reason why you couldn't do that. And I met Victoria, and I think maybe you'd had an experience where lots of people did just want a session vocal, and it's like in and out, quite disposable. And I think because that wasn't my attitude, we were both like, well, let's actually spend some time on
Something a bit new as well, right? So that's cool. That's cool. Cool. So,
well, in fact, do you know what it actually was as well? Was that so when we first met, that she came round to the studio and recorded some stuff, and I remember going away thinking, amazing voice. Like, listen, I was listening to the acapellas in my car, which I don't normally do that. Like, listen to an acapella in my car, and then I was just thinking, yeah, there's something amazing here, and I gave her a CD with some beats on, and one of them was Yes Guess, which was our first single. And then a load of the others were a bit more safe. They were a bit more kind of what I expected a vocalist would want to. I had a bit more of an obvious chord progression, and she came back and had written Yes Guess in its entirety, and it was like completely finished. And I was like, I didn't expect anyone to write to that. I thought it was like techno. It was like weird bass music techno. I was trying to be Joy Orbison basically, and then for her to come back with a soul garage vocal I was like, this is gonna go somewhere. And Charles Peterson played it on the radio that week. The week we made it, he played the demo on the radio, and we kind of haven't stopped doing crazy stuff since then, basically.
So I first came around you guys when my sister sent me the link to I Have Love For You. And it's her birthday today, so it's really nice to see you guys here. Lucy.
Shout out, Lucy.
Yes. So, is there a track in particular that you guys love, like look forward to putting out the most when you get on stage?
I personally love singing in a muso, like wanky way. I love singing Atom Bombs.
Okay.
Like it's like
just
a vocal,
enjoys,
it's a vocal track. But then also like Yes Guess is really fun because it's like we tend to end with that one, and it was like our first track, and it's still got like so much energy and like I don't know.
At the moment, it's kind of usually whatever the newest one is. Okay. I think most bands are, and so like we just did our new song Kendrick today, which we haven't really properly played out. And we did a demo version of it at Glastonbury, but it wasn't finished. So today was like I still had to write half the song, and we were like, but we did it today, and it was really nice just to hear. I think I always get excited hearing something that's, you know,
if it's
kind of
new and fresh, it's just fun anyway. All right, well, thank you very much for your time, and hope you have a good day. Thank you. Good night.